Okay. Good afternoon, folks. Woof, woof, woof. Let's get started. Just wait for people to get on. We flipped it on the hourly fair value gap on ES here, which is pretty big. Everyone upside. That's it. That's what it looks like it wants to do here. The 4 hour, I don't really get much on the 4 hour other than seeing it's just consolidating in these ranges, which I'll just kind of mark out like this. We're just in the premium right now, but we're also trending up. Anyone else hear an echo? Do you guys hear echo? Create this 5-minute fair value up here. Let's start cooking here. Yeah, so how'd you guys do on AM here? I tried to look at some trades in AM. I just didn't like price action. Just for some reason, AM has been just not that easy, not that clear for me for delivery. Yesterday was fine. I was a little bit more hesitant, but today you're just like very poor delivery until the very end. I think the session, kind of like post 11, was like when we started getting good delivery. You know, this chain state delivery. One loss in AM, no trades taken yet. For me, I haven't took a trade yet. I got off pretty early. Like I think I got off like 10 or 11, just right before I start pushing up. I kind of wish I stayed a little bit more because I think I would have went for longs. You guys are like 1-to-1 or red, small red right now. Yeah, so far what I've been pretty lucky at is just honing in on the PM session, and we've just been taking base hits on it, and we've been cooking. So let us keep on seeing what we can do here. I think we want to hold here. We have SMT though, that's a little bit concerning in a way. If we do want to move higher, because I can see in the 4 hour we are just basically range bound. Let's see, just going back and forth now. So that that high we did here, which didn't necessarily take this high on. Oh, I guess it did. Very slightly on that though. But yeah, we have SMT off these highs here. I feel like today is just gonna be a range bound day. You're not gonna see just continuation delivery for either side right now. But yeah, pretty strong drive through this 5-minute. This is looking like we're just gonna come for these lows, which we also SMT'd, if you notice here. So basically I have SMT on both sides right now. Just mark it like this. Bearish SMT on ES, bullish and NQ. So what that means is I'm going to try to look for longs on NQ for now and shorts on ES till seen otherwise. Hey, clear my throat. Yeah, we have absolute minus as well. So that's most likely going to be the reaction we were trying to seek for. I think if it comes back up, we want to just go for these lows. I can't really play the downside with a certainty yet until we get a strong closure. Maybe through this 15-minute OB that we just close above. I don't really see much on the 15 right now. We did flip on the 15 at least. Stefan said new 3 Apex accounts using code SMART up $381 a day. It's gonna take. If you're doing this slow and steady way on the evals, it's gonna translate over to the funded. It's gonna be pretty good. But I don't know how many trades we've been doing lately for PM session for like this week and last week, but I feel like we've been I'm looking at my stats right now, just been slowly grinding up. So it's kind of interesting. PM session seems like it got better. I need a 50-point play like yesterday. We'll just see what we can do, man. We have MC minutes at 2 p.m. Everyone's spamming in the chat. But we just want to be patient. We got the inversion already. I do like downside. I'm leaning downside because this FNC, and every time we have an FNC, we just have continuation delivery. So that's what I'm liking right now. Really just speeding down. I was considering this closure to sell. Anyway, let's just start the PM session so far. Lucas asks, are there any full-time traders in chat? Type 1 if you're a full-time trader. Type 2 if you're not a full-time. If you're like part-time or trading for on the side or half-time. 1 for full-time. 2 for not. That's kind of curious. I'm somewhat curious of that too. Because I'm full-time. I've been full-time for like 3-4 years again. 3-4 years. I think maybe closing to 5 now. What's the P&L today? Just like gray, like no trades yet. We'll see. Is funded features family eligible for the 5% rebate yet? Not yet. I'm waiting on their end. Take Profit Trader is ready, but there's gonna be like I don't think people are really understanding what we need from them. So I'm gonna create like a guide with my team to make sure it's like easy to do. But we've been rebating people, just a handful of people are not doing right. It's specifically the time. There's a lot of people full-time, yeah. And I hope the full-time people are somewhat doing good for themselves, as in, you know, that they know what they're doing, they're making consistent gains. Because I'm speaking from myself, from my experience, and also from other people I know. When people are like working or like in school while trading, just something like doing like juggling multiple things at once, and then they make the full transition, what tends to happen is they make it too early, or they just like before they would have like a balance, like okay, like you know, you spend time for school work and then spend time for trading. But once you go full-time trading, you have like infinite more time now. You have like double, maybe triple the more time to trade, and I feel like it's a detriment to your trading for most people. Even for myself, when I did that, when I dropped out of college, I went full time. Like the first 6 months was performance was lacking. I was hitting some red months when I was like, you know, slowly growing up. And what happens is, because I'm trading much more now. Before I was taking like a few trades per day. Now I can trade the whole market 8 hours. And yeah, that was the problem for me. That was like 3 years ago though. I dropped out 3 years ago. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. 3 years ago, maybe 4. I don't know the year anymore. Yeah, so we flipped this 5-minute inversion. We're selling lower. SMT off the highs. I should have just looked at a inversion entry here. I kind of want to do that. Yeah. This was probably a decent one here. Or even waiting for the 5. I'm not sure. A good combo is to grind while trading, I feel like. Because it makes you more disciplined. Like if you have like something going around in your life already and you also want to trade, that means you got to be efficient with your time. You got to balance it. And then you got to allocate only a certain amount of time, not like the whole 8 hours to trade. And now, like before then, when I had the whole day too, like full time, I was trading like, you know, the whole New York as well as like Asia and stuff like that. It was just a mess. I just basically ruined consistency. Try to scale up by taking more trades rather than just slowly, you know, up in the size or whatever. Lentil special, 1 minute close on inversion, also wick CE trade through and retest. This always happened too fast for the open because I just started the stream. I'm like looking at the chat and then I'm like, okay, I like this. I like the downside. I just started zooming down already. It's not that quick though, but like I feel like once you miss it, like I think this is where I started missing it. The 5 minute closure, I had a very quick chance to enter, and I started selling more. I'm like, damn, too late now. That's why sometimes I think maybe I should start the stream a little bit earlier, like maybe 12:50, so I can have some time just in case 1 p.m. start cooking. I might do that next starting now because even yesterday we had a banger stream or banger trade, kind of like the first 5 minutes. Oh, you open trade before minutes as long as the setup is right. Do I have the checklist on me? Oh my goodness, the checklist just disappeared again. I saved it though. What the frick? Oh, no. I'm gonna just worry about it another time. That is so dumb. Anyways, we did take the low. That's what I was kind of interested for. Like we get a confirmation here, take out these lows here where we previously SMT'd. We're just selling off so strong. Look at that sell. Damn. Part of me getting FOMO because I'm like, should have took that because I was very interested in it. And partly the reason behind that is because simply we have an SMT off of here and kind of what I'm expecting is range bound. So once we take a high, another one SMT, if we're range bound, we just kind of go back inside the range. So like this is the 4 hour here, what I represent. We're starting going premium. You want to go back to discount, just back and forth today until FMC. Touch the first fair value gap. Which one is that? I don't know. So yeah, that was a missed opportunity. We'll just see what the next one gives us. And we'll get this pretty strong 15-minute closure here, and this will be left behind by this previous swing low, which will be that breaker that we'll kind of want to observe. It doesn't look pretty on the 5 minute, but on the 15-minute it looks pretty decent here. I'm kind of focused mainly on the bodies though, but this is gonna be the breaker here. Yeah, I think everyone had the same opinion. Like this 5 minute here was gonna be like that confirmation we wanted, but it just really sold pretty quickly. Like, I guess the closure should have been the tail as well. Maybe something like this. 15 points. Go for the low. 1.7 RR. Pretty easy there. Oh. Just before the 15-minute close, we kind of ran back up. This is not going to be a breaker anymore. It could be in the scheme of we did take the low, but I typically like a closure under the previous swing low. That makes it a very strong displacement, and any retracement would be that short. So this is not going to be a breaker here until we do those. Just looking at this from swing high to swing low for the 2-day session, we are kind of at equilibrium, and we did dip the discount. So if we're range bound, we also want to be somewhat open-minded of just trying to look for long confirmation too. Like the stream, guys. We'll do some giveaways if we get some good likes. I think we'll get some relief here because we are in discount. We did dip the discount here. Let's move down. Just gonna see chop back and forth though. What I think though, low time frame confirmation is gonna be very important. We're just already moving back up. This is pretty interesting here. Like, I feel like I can anticipate this, but I'm not too confident on the trade setup itself. Like, it'll just be like B- setups on both sides. Moving back up right now. That's why I kind of expect after we took these lows, and we're just kind of chopping, ranging back to both sides. So, kind of what I want to see now is we didn't get that 15-minute closure. We did sweep a low. This is somewhat still pretty bullish here. And we could flip this 5, get a 1-minute confirmation somewhere. We can send it straight back up. It'll just be both back and forth, back and forth. We're really just taking both sides. Desi had a flight. He's coming back. I think he's coming back a little bit tonight. And then Friday he's gonna be back working. I don't know if we're well Friday there won't be any London streams. Market will be closed then, unfortunately. So starting Monday, we're gonna try to coordinate the new group, as well as the AM stream, London stream with my PM Asia stream. So we could anticipate somewhat of a BPR here. Perhaps. These are just very concisive candles. This is not in play anymore, by the way. This would be a BPR though, to keep in mind. But with the way that's trending back and forth, okay, I took the 15-minute liquidity. We're gonna be aiming for the previous swing high here. I can definitely see a reaction off this BPR though. I want to see who gets this long here. Let's see. If we can get not a tap in yet, and we can get like a long entry, this will be in play. It's just driving. Wow, that's just driving through. This is just so back and forth decision making. I want to say we can get a nice reaction and then come back to the previous gap. So like a reaction off this BPR, come back and then really try to push back up. Get this 5-minute closure. I'm just waiting for something high probability. Everything's kind of like mid probability, which is still like an edge. I should be trying to take it, but I don't feel comfortable sharing it to you guys if it's not high probability. Just gonna mark this BPR. This is what it is. Yeah, so I really was interested in seeing if this could close down for a breaker, at least, but we didn't get that. Instead, we swept liquidity and closed higher and really flipping, so that's a pretty bullish signature there. I wanted this long here. Just once we close, got the PPR. Quick chop in for entry. We don't want to get any retracement whatsoever. The downside and now the upside. For the 50K cap, someone's asking. I didn't know about the, or I was aware about the cap recently, but I literally have 100K profits on these accounts. I think I shared them in the stream many times. It's like 40K, 30K, 20K, and then it was still accumulating. So I think we hit 100K recently on them, but there's a cap. You can only take out 50,000. So yesterday I took out like I think 40 or something like that, but the split would be 33. So maybe it took out like 38 and then 33. It was only 2 accounts. So the one account I forgot to submit the request in time, so it's gonna be waiting for next week, and it's like another 15,000 I think requesting. So it'd be well over. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure with a cap, they're just gonna give me whatever I have left on it. Because I took 10K out already, and I took 33,000 yesterday, so we're at like 43 now. I only have 7,000 left, and I request like 15 on the last account, which is gonna be processed next week. Yeah, the 50K cap makes it somewhat like reasonable for the business, but I just dislike it because why you limit the trader, especially if they're doing so well? Because that excess profits, like you would think, oh, you could move to live with it. Nope. it just get wiped, and it was like, what's the point of me running it up if that means like if I hit 50K in profits, I would just, you know, stay there. I don't even need to grow it up anymore. I'll just slowly get the money out. Someone said we get it, you're profitable. It's just not about that though. It's more about like the prop firm kind of limiting a trader's potential or willingness to trade more. Because, you know, if you're being told, let's say Top Step even, let's say you're getting capped out very early, but you still got to make enough days so you can request it out. Like, you're just basically trading just to get the payout requested, not even to the profit doesn't even matter at that point. That's the problem with them. Like, that's not fun. So 5-minute BPR is getting somewhat of a reaction. I just don't like too much of. Oh, we have another 5-minute BPR again. Look at that. Here's the thing: if the swing high doesn't get taken, I still like this retracement down here. If this this high does not get taken, just because we're just seeking short right now. What's your above the trailing drawdown on firms? Does your contract per trade increases? So that's a question that a lot of people ask. What's my sizing like? It just depends on the firm. If there's cap payouts, like Apex, you can only request like a certain amount each month. You know, there's no point in me just doing the same size. I'll just do like enough so I can request a payout, and then that's it. Next week or next cycle, I'll just do the same thing again. For firms that don't have a payout cycle or payout cap, like Top Step or Fund of Futures Family, I could do bigger size depending on the setup. So like if I like the setup a lot, like an A+ setup, I could just do like 8 minis on them and try to go for a big play. And then that's what I did on the Fund of Futures Family account. And then, you know, eventually the account went to 40,000 in basically like less than 10 days, maybe just 10 days. Take profit doesn't have cap also, but it's a little bit more difficult for take profit because you got to get above the trailing threshold. But also by that too, it has no payout cap, but you can request daily, so I could just do whatever size I want. It's gonna be various sizing depending on the setup. So if I like the setup, I could do like, you know, 5 minis, 4 minis on it, and if it hit 12, it'd be 1,000 profits per account. And I just requested take profit list on the other day. 5,000, which is basically $1,000 per account. Let me see if that processed yet. They typically do it pretty fast. I haven't been posting payouts on my Twitter lately because we have so many prop news. I only just post the big ones now, or just a recap of all of them. But yeah, I mean, you guys know that we've been doing pretty well collectively because, you know, we take some of the same trades on the stream as well. We've been on a streak. Like yesterday, we hit a big play. The day before that, we took a nice play. It's not stopping. Let me see that process it. Did they process it? Why don't I see it? This is still in a long that I'm interested in right now. I'm probably gonna stop all my tradings around like 1:45 until FMC minutes, like 15 minutes before. Someone said, I don't know why people hate seek and short price action. It's the easiest trade. Yeah, I think if you can recognize it, it's easy to trade. But if you're expecting like delivery, like continuation delivery, and you're surprised that it doesn't, then it's gonna be a difficult trade. That's why you gotta really just. I expected this to be seek and short. That's why I was like, okay, we're playing downside. The problem with that, we just sometimes don't get a nice entry off of it. Yeah, where the heck did my payout go? I don't see it. Was it? I have multiple banks. I just assume that they're gonna send it. Sometimes that's not the best thing because you want to keep track. Oh, okay, they sent it. I was just gonna find it. Weird. Look at that. They just processed it yesterday, probably last night. 5,000, which is $1,000 per account on the Take Profit Pros accounts. And they're daily payouts, so like, let's say we get a good trade today, we might get another request. I'm kind of just saving it as like a only high probability setup, so sometimes I don't even take trades on it. When you and Desi merge, will you have your own stage or go live together? So I think we kind of discussed about this. We have different areas we want to live. So, you know, I'm focused on PM. PM, like, you know, my thing. They don't really practice PM or you know, trade PM. They trade AM. I trade AM as well, but that's not my focus. My focus now also is Asia. Desi wants to focus on London. So like we have like separate fields which we would collide in, like just like, you know, how Lanto and Desi would hop on my streams. I could hop on theirs on certain days whenever we want to. But, you know, we're leading on different sessions. And we just took this high out. That means we have no entries for the longs here. Look at that. Also another missed opportunity because I either wanted longs right here before the move up or just like this long here. Should you trade eval and pass account same or differently? I just, people not like, some people might not like it, but a lot of people would understand it. I would just do focus on one trade to pass on evals. That's only for people that know what they're doing, as in like they already get consistent payouts. They don't have to waste their time evals. If that's not you, then, you know, don't do that. Just do it how you do on funded, on the same thing as eval. Desi on crack for trading London and New York AM. Someone said, "Do I have a job?" This is my job. This is like the most rewarding job there is, really. There's one side of it as being a streamer, and like, you know, you have like affiliates, you have Discord, you have other avenues, like any deals. And the other side is just being a trader, which everyone here is a trader. What I'm kind of thankful for is always my trading does more than all of my other income sources. And I want to keep it that way because once your other side income do become greater, then I feel like you're going to lose that passion for trading in a way. And you're going to just trade to, you're gonna just burn through accounts just to, you know, market it, and I don't really like doing that or want to be the one to do that. And the positive thing that has been helping too, like we give a third of our affiliate income stream from the smart prop firm back to you guys, to the user. So that also is a positive. We could up it to maybe even like a little bit more, maybe 2/5. So we like kind of like 6%, 7%. Or we could do like other deals where it's like the prop firm protection and any other ideas. Maybe if you pass, I think some other places are doing this for Forex, but if you pass a eval and also you go through the funded process to get a payout, we can also work with the firm to give you a free account, like paid by us. There's a lot of things we can do really to give back because we have that stream of income, which we don't really have any expenses. The only expense now when we have the when you guys use our code SMART is literally the cash rebate, and soon whatever we do like giveaways or the prop firm protection plan or maybe the free account also is the idea. Dude, this sucks for today's trading though, because I liked a handful of these setups, but it's just not giving me the entries I want, which typically I like for retracements. We could consider this closure for entry, but this BPR just looks way too good. And I feel like, you know, we just did like a nice displacement up. I'm just asking for like a 5-point retracement before doing a leg higher, and that's my mistake, I guess. That market doesn't want to give that. What do you think about AI? Would it be risky for day traders? The market is always evolving, I feel like. So, you know, someone can be really successful 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, and then, you know, today's market is going to be different. And it might not see the same success. So, I mean, AI would have that maybe ability to do machine learning, but, you know, they don't have the discretion that we have. And sometimes that could be a positive or a negative. But at the end of the day, too, like we're just you're taking money from others when you're trading, especially in the live markets or in the prop firm markets. It's the same business. And that would apply still. Like maybe you have to fight against AIs. If you think that's going to be challenging for the traders, we're still going to be learning too. We're going to also adapt and try to beat the AIs because we can learn from what they do, and counteract it in a way. Millionaire, yay or nay? I'm trying to just run it up as much as I can. I don't like sharing assets, but I do like sharing goals though. So last year we did 800K in payouts. That's just payouts alone. I want to do at least twice that, just in payouts alone. And then like we're not going to count like, you know, cash accounts or my Robinhood or like option or long-term accounts. Damn, this is just grinding up. How many of you guys long anywhere here? If you did, like, where'd you long? It's always good for me to, like, you know, if I didn't take anything. I don't like to FOMO, but I'm also trying to think, like, in hindsight, what would I have done? The only thing I could really see is this inversion here, which I liked, but the BPR is just so much better. Drink to deliver at 3:15. I think that's way too early of a confirmation for me. But I mean, it did work. If you're expecting search away and you kind of apply that concept, well done. Isn't BPR and inversion the same thing? So basically, a fair value gap, let's say this is a bearish fair value gap right here, right? This is a bullish fair value gap. This closure would invalidate this bearish fair value gap, making it an inversion. So we have that bearish fair value gap becoming a bullish inversion, and we also have a bullish fair value gap. Now that's a BPR, and this would just be that inversion that you're looking for. So we have two gaps overlapping, so two PD rays that's pointing the same direction upwards. One that became bearish, now bullish, and this one just a bullish one. So you have two holding on this. That's what a BPR is. For inversion's sake, we just invalidate one bullish PD ray here, which is the bullish fair value gap, becoming a bearish inversion. That's the only thing it really is, just one invalidation. And BPR usually is the high probability that I like to go for anyways. It's just today, we don't want to even attempt for it. It's just really grinding up right now. We're likely just gonna wait for 15 minutes. Maybe we'll play the aftermath. Don't really see too much right now. TradeFi might be the GOAT of prop firms right now. I don't disagree with that. It's just kind of a lot of prop firms, I feel like, is like they have an edge on something. Like take profit, daily payouts. The drawback is, you know, trailing drawdown funded. No one likes that anymore. Or no one ever liked that, really. That's a drawback. Top Step is the most well-rounded there is. You know, 5-day payouts, no cap payouts. You have Apex, 20 accounts, the best scalability, like, you know, 4 times the highest second place. But it's also trailing drawdown. That's the drawback there. And also very tight rules. You have TradeFi. TradeFi is a premium product. It's very expensive. It's like $500 for the sim funded, but you don't have to go to eval now. And so I feel like I just like all the firms right now. All the 4 firms I've listed: Take Profit, TradeFi, Top Step, Apex. Those 4 are like, I think, the big 4 right now. You know, my fund features, I like my fund feature value, but it just doesn't give me that scalability I like anymore. It's 3 accounts. You can argue the expert plan, but it's also kind of difficult to pass. And it's somewhat expensive too. Why TradeFi over Tic-Tac Trader? Tic-Tac Trader. Tic-Tac Trader has been somewhat having some delay issues. You don't get that with TradeFi. So like, that's why they're the big 4. That's also part of it. Like, you have their team, you have to, how they handle any disputes. If there's any disputes, Tic-Tac Trader is starting to have more disputes, as well as, like, you know, funded future families even have some disputes, which is like people are getting closed accounts because, what is it? They just went over the scaling for a few seconds or more than 10 seconds, and then their account gets closed. And some people, what sucks about that is some people also could be trading for, you know, like 2 weeks, and that incident happened the first day, and then they don't know about it until they request payout like 2 weeks later. They built like a healthy account already, and then they get notice, we closed your account because of this. That's kind of unheard of for a lot of firms. It's very predatory, I feel like, in a way. FFX, the next prop to Rug. That's why I don't think I'm gonna try to promo them as much anymore until I'm gonna just see them through first. I'm not gonna, they paid me, they paid the people that follow the rules, but I think it's too early to give them an all clear sign right now. So we're just gonna work the 4 firms I like right now. You know, that's why you don't see like all these other small firms. You don't see, you know, Elite Trader Funding. You don't see like UProfit or very small firms. I'm only trying to work with the firms that I know pays out and have the best offering. What are your thoughts on Bunox? Bunox, I think reputation is, you know, been stable, but it just feels like a inferior version of Apex, as in it's very expensive too. It's like $150 for activation fee for just the small account. Once you go higher, it just goes crazy. Is there any other firms which have like a starter plan for $80 or less? I don't think the starter plan is even $80. I think it's $100 right now, right? Didn't they raise the prices? But TradeFi has it. Basically, it's basically the growth plan. The same exact kind of model. Why do you not put Top Step the best? I think I just did, didn't I? The big 4. Top Step's probably the leader of the big 4. I don't think Top Step ever went below the top 2 position. It's always interchangeable, like, you know, Top Step or Apex, just based on what they give and what they've been doing for the industry. I'm gonna guess you're gonna get Tick Trader out of your description later. They're kind of on the fence for me. I'm kind of waiting on, you know, a lot of users in my community have been using them and they've been getting paid. Some of them, I'm not sure if they follow the rules or they're like in limbo mode. So like I'm waiting to hear back from them. I'm meeting on a few cases. It's just like a long process because I feel like they might be understaffed in a way. But for now, they're kind of on my bottom tier on the 5 firms I list. They definitely need more staff. So we're starting to flip here. What is interesting would be this fair value gap would invert, or also the breaker. We also took this high, so I wouldn't mind trying for a short like this if I'm thinking seeking and Shoei again. If we get a nice close here though. I think that might be the move right now. I think we don't say we just take London high. With FOMC minutes, maybe. I think we might get that delivery down first. Maybe it's for this swing low first. Let's see this closure. We got a nice closure, so we get that inversion. Where would I, you know, put the stop to be? Something very tight, I feel like still. This is somewhat of a decent scalp, I feel like. Not the best, because we're still close to power, or not power, FOMC minutes. But I'm willing to give this a snap. It's such a tight stop, I might just put it at 12. I think 12 points is good for today. I want to see if we can take out the swing low. I'm gonna try to get 50 average. So we have this breaker too. This is somewhat counter trend because it's very preemptive, but we took out the high already. I don't know. If we get a closure back above, we'll just probably kill the trade early. We probably like a 5-point stop early. Let's see what happens. I have 50 average right now. I'm trying to see what we could do here. Just have one contract on and stop set at the high. This is what it looks like right now. I would give this a, you know, like probably bigger size if the setup was not counter trend. Is it with on trend? Even this setup was better because we're still on trend. So I have one contract in right now, just for about like a 10-point stop. Let's see how this plays out. Some people are talking about Scott. How many people watched the Scott hearing? I think the TP is going to be interesting because I just want to see what happens after we take out this low. I'm going to try to do green stop on it. But from what I can tell, we can try to go all the way back down, even to this BPR. It's just going to be very... We'll just talk about it when we get there because I'm not sure of yet either. Ideally, we want to try to get back inside this 5-minute. Probably all trades I have is going to be closed 5 minutes before FOMC though. This is a little pushing it because I was saying that I don't want to touch anything 145. So we'll see how this goes first. Just like closure under this low, I'm going to put a green stop or break even, whatever's more suitable at the previous swing high. And just let this ride out. So it's going to either be a break even play or it's going to be actually a nice big play. I'm going to get some water after this too. Yeah, so we took out this high already. Just think we're just going to move lower. 15-minute OB, but just a large order block. I'm going to get some reaction off of it first. Rejecting off the breaker pretty decently. I don't want to see it really come back inside the breaker. Part of me want to get to break even if we just take out one more low, just to be safe. And then maybe it'll be break even until we take out this, and we'll just start moving them. Also, looking for this ES too. ES, ideally inverse this to really accelerate the price action down too. Yeah, but if I had to rate the setup, I think it's like a B minus still. What I like about it, if I have the checklist, you know, we have the breaker, we have the inversion, we have the confirmation. We took this liquidity sweep here, the previous eternal highs, which is great. We're playing Seek and Shoy, but the timing is a little bit iffy with the FOC minutes. We're either gonna get a strong displacement or get chopped up. All right, so we took the first internal there. That's good. See how far we can ride here. Just try to move this green stop as best I can. I'll let this play out a little bit more. I'm gonna get some water real quick. It's gonna be like 30 seconds. Okay, got my jug of water. Not much drawdown in that trade, which is great. We're still approaching FMC minutes. What typically you could anticipate is we're gonna get strong movements, or we might just get break even. I'm kind of banking on the strong movements though. A little conflict of interest. It's Johnny. What's up, Johnny boy? Let me add you as moderator so I can recognize you. So I got green stopped on that there. I can show TP. So yeah, short at 51, and then green stop at 41. It did go all the way to 35. I really want to just accelerate down, but we're just getting close to FOC minutes. We can probably wait for the aftermath here. I try to stay on the screen as long as possible until, like, you know, the trade is already going the direction I want, and then I set my, you know, I move my either break even or green stop set, so no matter what happens, I'm good. So sometimes you'll see me, like, we'll just sit on a trade for the longest time. It could be like 15 minutes, and I have to get water, I have to pee really bad, but I'm just holding it until, like, it either takes me out or go in my direction, and I just set it. Still looking good if you took a break even. I have it on one account, which on the Top Step Live still, but everything else just hit green stop though. But it's gonna be break even on the last count. Get some jug. I literally grabbed my jug. I have a jug. It's a gallon jug, which I've been using it to chug water. Where's Johnny at? Is Johnny still here? Josh said TPT is probably #1 for me right now. Yeah, honestly, that's what I've been saying too. I feel like if I were to put it, it's so interchangeable. Like, TPT probably rose from like 3rd or 4th to the top 2 interchangeable for me now, which is hard to. If I were to move one, I'd probably move Apex down and put Top Step and TPT like next to each other, and maybe Tradeify will be like that underneath. Maybe Tradeify and Apex could be next to each other too. That'd be kind of my ranking right now. Johnny, when are you hopping on the stream? Or matter of fact, do you want to hop on stream right now? We can discuss FTC minutes. Usually I'm not the best at navigating this. Johnny the versatile trade. I've been hearing Johnny with the flow state and then his on what he's been posting about with his what is it? His top step. You've been killing it, Johnny. All right, let's see. Do I have you on Discord? You guys think this trade will send it through for FTC minutes? Yeah, up, calling Johnny. Yo.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Let's adjust your volume. What's up?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Ready to trade? Do you usually trade at PM or do you trade like AM and PM?
I watch everything, bro. I watch PM. I watch AM. I'm just look at everything. I mainly trade AM though, but right now since it's AM session has been pretty freaking booty today.
It has been.
Yeah, it's been pretty shit delivery.
That's why I kind of migrated like to PM as my main focus for the last I don't know long 6 months now. But then I would have the same effect too. Like AM could be really good, then PM just sloppy, or it's just vice versa. I'm just hoping I'm on the right side of things. And so far PM's doing decent.
What are your usual times for AM session?
What AM, what time? Yeah, around 9:50 to 10 or to 11, 11:45 basically. And then for PM, it's gonna be straight 1 to 3. I just stop at power hour. Some people thrive those power or volatility. I kind of avoid it because it just messes with my tight stops. Because I don't know how you do your stops, but I kind of let's say for PM, I just do 10-point stop on NQ, which could be tight to some.
10 points, that's small, bro. That's
tight.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. When you combine that with power hour or 9:30 open, the first 10 minutes, I'll get killed the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, I always wait 15-30 minutes after open. I don't like trading open because it's just super manipulative and it's super volatile. It's just not the best. I don't know. What are you watching for here? Just the BPR tap and then higher or what?
That's what I'm thinking. But with FC minutes, I'm not gonna anticipate just a quick tap and drive high. Or it could be anything. I do like higher though. But what I've been anticipating right now is just basically seeking short price action. So before this move at 1 p.m., once we took the high, we SMT'd. I liked lower to take the internal lows, and then we took the internal lows. We flipped higher, and there's we're just back and forth. If I can recognize that seeking short price action is range bound, I'm just gonna play both sides until we get a delivery somewhere. So that's why I'm in this short right now. Short at 22.50. I'm trying to see how far I can go this. I'm just moving my stop as we go. So if we get a big candle somewhere, it'll take me out. But so far so good.
I'm looking at this weekly profile, right? Monday was a bank holiday, obviously. I'm looking at it as accumulation, and then Tuesday, obviously manipulated below what was this Friday's low into that daily fair value gap. We got a 1 hour change in delivery. I'm looking for upside, if I'm being honest, off of that 5-minute BPR, but we've just been range bound in the previous day range. Literally, it's just been back and forth, really high resistance price action.
Yeah. And also the 4 hour is kind of disgusting too. I'm just thinking we swing high, swing low. Every time we hit premium, as long as we get confirmation, I'm gonna play the short. And every time we go discount, play the long until we actually break somewhere, which we haven't yet.
You know what's interesting on the 15-minute? If you look at it, there hasn't been a 15-minute fair value gap formed since 8:15.
It's annoying. So with no fair value gap, I'm trying to rely on the order blocks, but sometimes the order blocks are gigantic.
They're too big,
Yeah. So usually what I do, if the 15-minute doesn't show much, I'm just gonna go in the 5. That's gonna be kind of my guidance. All right, we're about to break this here. All right, I'm gonna take 1 off here. I have 2 in on this top step count. Wait, what? I just missed it. On that dip of the 5-minute. I think we're gonna try to drive down, but it's kind of like a gamble with FC minutes. So I'm just gonna break even like we discussed on the last contract and see how far we can go here.
Let's see, 20 seconds, huh? All right. See what happens. I don't like the last couple FOMC minutes, bro. They've been really lackluster. I don't know. What do you think?
FC minutes usually doesn't do much. I feel like it just makes price action beforehand suck or very slow. But I'm not expecting too much. Oh,
yeah.
Nothing.
Bro, this thing, it takes a couple minutes. Give it a second.
I'm gonna try to. I have a limit here, just at the bottom, or the CE of the 5-minute. I'm just gonna see what last one.
It's in the 15-second here.
I may as well drop down the 15-second too.
The reason why I'm watching the 15-second is because this model that I've been using, the flow state model, I use time frame alignment. So if I'm looking at like a 5-minute fair value gap or BPR order block, just any PD array, I'll go to the 15-second and look for a change in delivery out of that. But it has to have like displacement. It has to form imbalances. It has to show me eagerness to move in whatever direction I'm trying to, go for. But right now, it's just sideways right now on the 15-second. It's not doing much.
Yeah. Yo, did it drop yet? Or is that the reaction?
That's the reaction right now. 2 p.m. open low.
That was probably the worst one I've seen in like a few months now.
Bro,
usually it gives like 20 points like of a range, but that was enough. I'm just gonna just kill this trade here then. This last one, 15 points.
Here, I'm gonna bring all my chat into your YouTube video.
Let's go. So I don't think I actually know too much about the flow state. I've seen you post about it, and I've seen your stats that you've been showing on your Top Step. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what your balance is right now. Have you been still trading it?
Yeah, so I took a payout, and February has just been fucking beating my ass. But I've been floating around 50 to like 56K. Because that was my starting balance, was like 50K. But yeah, February's been tough, bro.
Yeah, well, I can agree with that. Did you take the whole 50% when you took the payout? So like 25K or 30K or something like that?
It was like 100 or 50. It was 50.
Oh, you were at 100 and then you took 50%.
Yeah, I had 5.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, and then before that, I took like 3 25K payouts, or 2 25K payouts. Three of them. Yeah. But the 10% is 22.5.
They really waited for you to be moved alive, huh? Is that your first time you get moved alive?
No, I've been moved alive a couple times, bro. Twice in 2024, but I had really small balances.
How'd you get 25K on the, or 20K per on the XSpace?
Yeah, bro, 20K.
Did you have like a big day before you moved, or?
No, not at all.
Oh, they moved me so quick. Like I'll hit like 8K or 10K on each account, and then they're like, "You're getting moved alive." I'm like, "Hold on, let me get some room. Let me breathe a little bit." So I got moved alive already.
I don't know why they took forever to move me alive, but whatever. I mean, we're pushing up now.
Yeah, that was perfect for me to exit there. Once we didn't get any good reaction, I'll share the execution, guys. The breaker play took 1 for 10 points. I wanted a little bit more down here. We did dip in that 5-minute BPR. I just wanted like a quick like I was hoping maybe FC minutes would be like a quick dip down, and then like we'll try to see for longs, but that was a lackluster move. About like a 20-point play there.
At 2 p.m. open low. Looking to get in long if we can.
Yeah, I do like that long. That's kind of the objective I had. It's short scalp, a long flip kind of idea. Type 1, we took that short, guys. That was like before your room came in.
Yeah.
We've been holding that. We've been holding that for like, I don't know how long, like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you've been in there for a little bit.
It was good. I don't think there was that too much drawing, like about 5 points, and ran 20 points. But that's how I run. What's your stop size usually? Because, I kind of explain like 10 points for me is why I do PM. AM, I would probably do 15. So slightly higher just to protect myself, but still very tight. I just like doing that, but I'm sure you're going to run higher stop, but you go for bigger moves though.
Yeah, my stop losses on average are like 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
I'm doing lower
normal.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going like one con. Sometimes I'll do two minis, but yeah, no, I don't overdo it. I try
Yeah.
not to overdo it, because those stops are pretty big. Like if you're doing like three, four cons on a 30-point stop, it's crazy.
Yeah. So what I just did is basically 3 cons on it, 10-point stop. If I get stopped out,
Yeah, that's
basically like
good.
$600. But when we got
Yeah.
like double that basically, so we made like about 800 off that after we took the last EP.
Mm. Hey Brian, you only trade unicorns, right?
Not. So I think that's the misconception. I think like maybe 50% of my trades are unicorn, but like the main thing is like as long as the bias is there, the draw liquidity, like if there's SMT or whatever it is in my checklist, I could take off a inversion. Could be a BPR, could be a simple fair value gap, or inducement, which is like similar to turtle soup.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
half of it is like breakers though.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so like this one was like basically a breaker trade, not a unicorn though, because there's no fair value gap. I don't. What there is one here. I just didn't get it. Yeah, so I can say it was unicorn. Yeah, but half of it, the other, I think like quarter be like inversion, the last quarter be a mixture of just like a fair value gap or a soup type of trade.
Gotcha.
Just whatever gets me. There's like various entry models, entry functions. I just need everything else to align though. So like probably similar to yours. I haven't seen your flow state model, but you saw about like time alignment. That's what I kind of do too. Only in the aspect that, it's like we're getting delivery right now. I don't think we're getting that delivery. We're just kind of range bound. So like that telling me when I see SFT, or we're just going back and forth, I can just try to play both sides, which that's kind of like the play here. Even though like I was bullish bias, still I'm able to do like a counter trend short.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's exactly how I trade too. I mean, it's like
Is that how you
gets me there,
break
right?
down your flow state model? Like it's like any entry function?
No, it's really just like if we're tapping into a higher, like I have to have a bias, right? I have to have a clear draw on liquidity, and if I have a clear draw on liquidity, I'm just waiting for like a higher time frame PD array tap, depending on what higher time frame that is. Like if it's like a 15-minute OB, then I'll scale down to a 1 minute. I'll look for that 1 minute change in delivery. Usually with the change in delivery, you'll get the breaker block right next to it. So most of the time, I'm taking breaker entries as well, or CISD entries.
Yeah, I've been trying to incorporate the change state delivery more. Do you use
It's
it
just a
mostly on the
confirmation.
5 or the 1 for confirmation's sake?
Dude, I use it on all time frames. The more time frames that have a CISD or that align with each other with like the same bias, the better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like for example, if you get a 1 minute CISD and then a 5 minute on top of that, that's really good.
Yeah, I definitely like the 5 minute
Yeah.
the CSD. That works pretty well for me.
Bro, I know your strategy is really good with Apex, bro. I've tried Apex. I wanted to ask you about Apex. Like, holy fuck, dude. I can never get a payout with Apex. Like,
so
fucking shit.
You do really well with Top Step because you're letting a trade run. Apex have that trailing drawdown. So in that aspect, I think the benefit is either you do smaller size, or very small size, and just like trade how you normally would, and have that strict like max loss limit. So like if it's like I don't know how you said like 25 points, 20-point stop. If you do one contract, it'd be $500. If you do two, that'd be $1,000 already. That's like a lot of your drawdown. And then we're not even accounting for like if you went like say plus 500 and then hit that loss or break even, that's kind of working against your trailing drawdown. So that's why I think in that benefit, Apex or any trailing drawdown works with my style, which is like scalper, very tight stop, and you just kind of go in and out. So like I could be up like 500, next trade minus 300, next trade plus 500. It's like we're going up, and then if I hit the trailing, working against me, it hits like break even. I could be down 300 in the trailing while still being up, but like the next trade would just replenish that trailing drawdown.
Yeah. Damn.
But here's the thing too, like what you want to do, I feel like is a kind of the exploit. If you want to trade it like how you do Top Step, you just gotta do big days. It seems like a kind of like a tough task or how to explain, like basically get above your trailing drawdown. So like let's say you do the 150K. I think that's what I like typically. If you get 5K drawdown, just do what you gotta do to get above 5K profits on it, and then there's no more trailing. It's basically like a Top Step account.
Bro, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I kind of want to get some 300Ks and just like get it funded and then just get a banger day. And I don't even care if I get denied on the first payout. Just get above that. You know what I mean? Like get above that profit.
I mean, you could do like 2,000, 3,000, or let's say 2,000 per day for like 3 days. and then boom, now you're above the trailing drawdown, and you treat that like how you do with the Top Step account. You run that up. Imagine you run the Top Step you did like 20K per account with Apex, 20K with 20 accounts. That's how the big players do with it.
Oh my goodness! All right, I'm gonna have to give Apex another try, bro. I'm gonna have to give Apex another try.
Is Top Step the only firm you're like kind of messing with or like trading with?
I was doing Top Step, My Funded Futures, and right now I'm actually trying to run up a Tradeify account. I just the consistency thing is
it the sim funded or
the straight funded? Yeah.
That one, I want to trade Tradeify again, but I've been stuck on live transition for like 3, maybe up 4 months right now. I'm chilling though because I have other furs, but it's like they kind of halted me because I was running up so much on it. Like at the time it's 7 accounts. Right now it's only 5. I had 7 like straight fund accounts, and I was doing basically like $1,000 per day. And we were running it up. We had like 50K per account. We were getting withdrawals, and then they switched me to live. And I can't touch them until I get the live, which I think is the end of this month at least. It's the bright side.
Are you the only live funded trader on there?
No. I think there's like 50 other on Tradeify that hasn't been live yet, but you know they're a new firm right now, so it's understandable. I think after me, let's say you do good and you get switched to live, you probably get switched within like 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Last day is today. Oh, they're having a sale today. Apexes, or they're having a sale.
Oh yeah, it's the 80% off. That's the last.
How much are the 300Ks?
So what I think the promotion is the same thing. Whatever the 50K is gonna be for the big spec size suits. I think 50K is like $32 or something like that. It'll be the 300K is $32 too. But I could never pass the 300Ks. These get like 20K profits and like 7K trailing drawdown. That is kind of crazy. Like, I mean, I'll still run it with news. That's what I like to do with it. Like, if there's like CPI, non-farm payroll, I'll just like go big size and try to get like 50, 40 points and just pass in one shot.
Dude, I just love having a lot of drawdown to work with. I don't know. It's just best for my system, in my opinion. I mean, that's just what works for me, you know? Mm-hmm. I love having a lot of drawdown to work with, just off rip, you know? Especially with that unrealized trailing drawdown shit. It's just,
yeah. Have you tried Take Profit Trader? That's like the firm that we were talking about earlier in the chat.
No, I haven't. I think I have once, but I didn't.
So you compare it somewhere like Apex, you know, trailing drawdown funded, but the only difference is daily payouts. So if you make $1,000, you take it right away. You make another $1,000, you take it next day. Yeah, above the threshold. It's like, so it's a 150 account. You get 45 drawdown, right? If you get, let's say, 5,000 profits in one day, the first day, you can take 500. And you make another 5,000, you take that 5K. So you didn't leave that buffer in, basically.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a trade-off, basically, because you have trailing drawdown, but you have daily payouts. And it's a little bit more pricey in that aspect. I think it's like maybe 180 on the eval, and then 130 on the activation fee. So like maybe $300 if you pass on one shot. But the daily payouts is kind of insane.
Yeah, that is. It's not bad either. I mean, it is a trade-off, like you say.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before you came on. We were talking about like different firms. Everyone has like their advantages, and Take Profit, Apex, Top Step, Tradeify. I think for me, those are the big 4. My fund futures kind of like stepping down for me because they only have 3 accounts, and I don't really like the expert. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, they're not I don't know. I feel like they're not the best anymore.
Yeah, they were the best.
They actually banned one of my students for making too much money on their live account. Like,
I heard that too. Yeah, I heard that too. Like that might be the route for a lot of prop firms soon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just lucky Top Step haven't banned me yet.
What's up with their new rules, bro? I know you're the one that's always like reporting it on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, like, because I was a little concerned. Like, some of the rules is a bit more subjective. Like, oh, you're changing your training style to get a payout. You know, that's like one of the number one thing I tell my audience to do sometimes. Like, basically, like you're trading a lot already. Let's say you got 5,000 profits of the week, and you need one more day to get $200. Just secure the bag. And they have that in the rule. They say you can't do that anymore. I don't know how strongly enforced they're really doing with that. So so far they only ban people that are rightfully banned. Like, you look at their Twitter profile and then they're like, it's like because they're hedging or because they're cheating. They already banned from multiple firms, so like it's like clearly they're doing something. So they haven't banned for people for doing like normal things yet. That was allowed before, but not anymore.
Yeah, it's so whack.
Yeah, so I'm in the clear for so far now, and a lot of people I know are in the clear. They're just only banning really bad actors. Just today, I was posting this. This is like probably my 5th invite.
Dude, yeah, I get those emails a lot, bro.
It's like, you're the top 100. You want to get on? Like, this is my first time responding. I was like, hey, you give me an affiliate, and then maybe we'll do.
I know, right? Hey, I've been asking him for an affiliate for a while, bro. Oh, there's previous day high on ES.
Damn.
Here we go. BPR tap.
This is literally what I was like anticipating too. Like FC minutes, just do a quick drive down. We'll look for longs, and then push back up. It was like we're kind of stagnant for a while. I don't know where it came from. 212.
Yeah, so 2 p.m. open low into the BPR. You got the 15-second change in delivery there, and it was just using that change in delivery right there. 15-second. Go ahead, yeah, go to the 15-second real quick.
We might even get a 50-second breaker here too.
Yeah, no, dead ass, bro. Yeah, it was just.
Where are you marking the change state delivery on the 50-second? Is it like kind of these candles here?
So go to 2 p.m. The 15-second candle on 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Yeah, you're looking all the way back here?
Yeah, because you see those series of down close candles right there, like the one that starts at 158.15. That opening price there, if you drag that out, that's the CISD.
Oh, that's what you're looking at. Okay.
It's because it's a series of down close candles. Like if it was one singular candle, I'd mark out the, that one, and that would be your order block. But
that actually works well here. Yeah, we got this closure up, and then what a big move.
It a few times.
So basically, in this aspect, would you be looking at like the 5-minute BPR as like the entry function, and then you're just looking for confirmation on the lower time frame you enter? Exactly. That's kind of what I like to do too. Well, I don't ever think of going to 15-second. The lowest I go to is 30-second. The chat knows that too. Sometimes I look at 30-second inversion or something like that. But 15-second
works as well. Yeah, 30-second works well with 5-minute PD arrays as well.
Oh, the 30-second basically does the same thing here. Series down close candle. Got strong closure up.
That's what I was looking at right now.
But yeah, that BPR chat, how that go for you guys? The idea was short to target the BPR, flip long. I was just like kind of stunned by how weak the FC minutes were. I was like, did it happen yet?
I know, it's always like that. Man. What do you think NQ is gonna end up at the end of the day?
NQ? Let me see. I'm gonna look probably the daily or the 4-hour. Where's the previous day? Oh, 324.
Yeah, there.
I guess we can squeeze, yeah.
I think we're gonna hit 61.63.75 on ES today.
65, actually, you said?
61.63.75. We just took out 62.25 on ES.
Yeah, I mean, I like longs, but I can never predict where we're gonna move up to, because especially with the way we're consolidating for the last 4 hours, or the 4-hour candle. But I mean, look, ES is breaking out of that right now, pushing. ES leading the charge here.
Yeah, if we get a 15-minute gap right here, I think we just keep pushing higher for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what happens usually too when you're expecting like seeking short delivery, and then after the news driver, now we can get some delivery. We're pushing upside. Any kind of decent registration we'll get with confirmation, we'll try to go for the long.
Yep. A big 1 minute fair value gap here. Expecting this one to hold here. 1 minute. Pretty big one though, but see if it holds.
Did you take any trades in AM by the way today?
I didn't. No, I didn't find anything.
I did.
I wanted to take some. Yeah, I wanted to take some shorts at what was this? 10:15, but I never got the confirmation on the 15-second. So just waiting for that confirmation on the lower time frame saves me a lot of unnecessary losses versus like if I just enter on the 5-minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to go for previous day low, but again, I never got the confirmation there. So
that's good, because I think that would be a false alarm if you did that.
exactly.
That's what I've been kind of working towards more. Like, let's say I got a 5-minute breaker somewhere or unicorn. We already been pushing up, and it retraces back down. I don't tend to just do a limit order and just hold for it with a stop. What I like to do now is just like, especially depending on what the setup is and how we've been already taking liquidity already, I'll let it drive back down into the 5 minute. Let's say I'm just gonna mark it out, or it should be like this. We get the unicorn or something like a breaker, whatever it is. The moment it comes down, I don't like to, depending on if we move up already, just to like long the top of the breaker, whatever it is. I like to like let it drive in and then get like a 30 or 1 minute flip, and then I'll try to go for that move back up there. That kind of helps me save on that in case we do like just keep on flipping down, and then now I can play on the move back up instead. I think that's what you've been doing. Sounds like
exactly. Very similar. I mean, it just said, oh, there you go, there's 61, 63 on ES.
ES is really leading today.
I think NQ can get up to at least the Asia. I don't know about previous day highs since we have SMT there, but I think the Asia highs in the crosshairs here.
Yeah,
they can get up to there.
Chat, how many people long the BPR? Some people still don't know. Like, I like really value BPR trades over like inversion or fair value gap. Like, that's like the most highest probability for me, just looking at gaps or order blocks. I've been trying to explain to the chat. I'm like, it's an inversion. If everybody, it's like you have double confluence basically. You have one invalidation and one support. That's a pretty powerful PD array there. Yeah,
BPRs probably the most OP PD array out there.
Yeah, that's what I have, like kind of like a a template on, like unicorn with a BPR inside. That's like the best setup you can do, like especially when you have the rest of the checklist.
Facts.
What does the BPR stand for? Balanced price range.
220. Do we have any earnings or anything today or no? No, I don't think we do.
Someone asks, why didn't you long? Is there a specific reason? We were short, and I was hoping for a deeper drive in, and then the moment that was like the low, and I anticipated that, I just exited. And I should have looked at longs, but I was kind of distracted a little bit. But that kind of came really fast. I hope we break out with like more retracement type style and like slowly break out. Then we get the delivery. That's what's been happening today.
I gave them the play, bro.
Yeah.
I told them 2 p.m. up and low into the BPR push up.
I said that too before you even came on. So like,
there you go. So, yeah,
we've been cooking.
These guys had to take that.
That's the thing though.
Do you be signaling trades like that or no?
Like what I just did, the short.
Yeah, like just like, hey chat, like I'm in this. You guys can take it if you want.
Yeah. Well, I have the risk reward tool. Like, so if I get stopped out, I'm sure everyone will get stopped out. For TP's sake, I think it's more various because sometimes like I do like TP and then I hold and do runners or take full out. It's like up to them. Yeah. It's always entry and stop is like up, kind of like while I'm guiding them. And I really only alert kind of, especially on the live stream, like trades that I really like. That's like high probability in a way. Like if it's like more risky trade or scalp trade, I'll just commentate on it. So like if it's like that BPR, 5-minute BPR, if I didn't feel like I want to share the chat, I'll just be like, I like this BPR. If we would take this, you want to put your stop below it, and then this is your target. I won't put the risk reward tool, but like that'll be the idea, and it'll be up to them to push the button. But some things like I'm really holding their hands on. It's like if they don't know any ICT, if they don't know how to trade, they just know to watch the stream and just press the same button as me. Like they'll get a free play there.
Nice. Okay, that's nice. Fair enough. Where's our boy fucking Desi at, man?
Desi, you know where he is? He's in Taiwan right now. He's flying back.
He's in Taiwan or Thailand?
Taiwan.
Oh, okay. I was about to say he's out there with the lady boys.
Yeah. But he's been gone for last week and then this week as well. I've been telling him, he's like, once you come back, I'm gonna put you to work. You've been gone for 2 weeks.
Well, I've been hearing you guys are gonna merge your guys' groups.
Yeah, we're gonna merge the Discord so we can kind of manage it better because I run PM session YouTube for free. I'm also gonna try to do work at AM or Asia session. Well, okay. Asia for me is gonna be like 8 to midnight, so it's 4 hours, but I'm not gonna be too much on it. I'm just gonna like commentate and like if there's setups. We've been doing that for the last few weeks. It's been pretty good. And he's gonna try to work on London session with AM as well. New York AM.
Nice.
So like now we can cover all grounds, no matter if you can't make PM session, you have London. If you can't make London, you have Asia. So I was like, yeah, we're trying to divide and conquer here.
Crazy.
It depends. Like sometimes it's like the slowest shit, but other times like we get the easiest delivery entry and it's like put like trailing stop, and it just never hits your trailing. We just go for like 80 points even.
Yeah, it gets active sometimes.
Yeah. But chat, this is another 1-to-1 trade so far for PM. That's like I think that's like 6 in a row so far for PM this week and last week. We've been just killing it for PM. And I've been glad that I haven't been taking AM trades because I think AM's just been sloppy like last few days. PM just I mean a few days. What's the other guys YouTube? This is Johnny. Do you stream on YouTube, by the way, Johnny?
No, not as much. I just stream in my group.
You do daily stream on like what, AM?
Yeah, AM. Sometimes I'll do PM, but not often. Yeah. It's only if we have like major like news like for like FOMC or something like that.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you're focused on one session.
Yeah.
I think that's what my process been like too. Just focus on one session, but now like especially this month and last month, I want to do more. So I want to trade like Asia. I want to trade somewhat like AM, New York AM too, instead of just like 2 hours on a day, which is like the PM usually what I've been doing. I want to put like more screen time just to scale up my other accounts. Try to break through more than 100K payouts per month, which kind of I'm like in that bottleneck right now. I want to run it up.
You've been killing it.
I want to run it up. Yeah.
Crazy, bro. You've been absolutely dominating the prop firm space. You, Lanto, Desi, all you guys been killing it.
Everyone, bro. Like it's easy too. Like there's probably some whales in this chat too. That's been like a lot of them. Like, they'll be undercover, and then like it'll be the most random thing. They'll just like private DM me, like thank you for what you do, and then they'll show like their stats for the month. It'd be like 100K like payouts and like big accounts. Like it's like this is your first time like talking to me. And
yeah, bro, I get those DMs a lot too. It's crazy.
But people have been working, and sometimes like they need hand holding. They need like to be a signal bot in a way. But after that, they learn the model, they learn the prop strategy, they scale up on their own, and they just take off. They don't need to follow anyone anymore. It's gonna be like commentary at best.
Yep. Yeah, man. I have a lot of my guys that have been with me for like over a year, a lot of them are really profitable, and they just stick in the community because it's just, they just want to hear the commentary.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because when you just signal bot someone, it works until it doesn't, because like now, let's say you get stopped out, you don't know why especially if you don't know why we took the setup, you might get like emotional or start moving your stop and not understand that. That's why like Signalbot only works until it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Brian, I'm gonna head off here, but I appreciate you having me on your stream, bro. We got to do more of these with Desi and Lanto.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll keep in touch, and we'll set up some other dates.
All right, bro. Sounds good. Have a good day, bro.
Yeah.
Peace out, chat.
That was Johnny, guys. There's definitely some traders out there that I want to get on board, because I work closely with Desi and Lanto. Those are two people I speak. We have a chat. We keep each other accountable. We talk about our goals often. But there's definitely other people we got Alex from the lab before. Would try to get Kane. CJ from YouTube is always good. Johnny, who we just brought on, he's been a great trader. I just want to the goal that I've been envisioning is somewhat like Top Step TV, but real traders, like traders that are somewhat on social media, but have their own Discord rooms. They're legit. They're not just like furus where these guys are making money. We can see that. Those are the one I want to bring on board. I'll link Johnny's Twitter. I don't know his. I think you probably get his info from his Twitter though. It's Johnny, the CEO. But I definitely want to get more people on board. If you guys know, real traders, especially in the prop side, those are usually good ones where I can like work with because that's my field. Type in chat who you want to see on board. Get Brett Simba in a session. Brett Simba was talking to me, I think 2 weeks ago, that he's interested to doing like a collab stream, and for TradeFi too, where we'll get exclusive discount. So I don't know when you guys want to do that, but he said it's gonna be like another 5%, 10% higher than what it is. So if it's 30% right now, it'll be like 35, maybe 40. Just let me know the date, and then we'll try to set up. Bring Dodgy on. Dodgy, you just troll the stream. There's a 1 minute BPR here. We got the 15-minute. Like, this is not bad short if I was confident in shorts. I don't think I'm too confident in it yet. So we're just pushing, but if we're just range bound, if you think this is range bound right now, this would be that short you want to take to drive inside the 15-minute and possibly even lower. Ideally though, if I were to be short, I want to see this like get a deep close. First retrace would be my short, take out the low here, that FNC low. Here, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, let me look at the chat here. I'm gonna still be looking for one more trade, probably the next 20 minutes. I don't know if I want to go for shorts though. I'd rather go for the long. If we get a long, if we retrace, get a long confirmation, let's say, instead of this inversion, that's something I'll be looking to play instead. Let's see here. I think Johnny's Twitter there if you guys want to follow him. Trader Kane, ICT. ICT shows up in the chat. He could be watching right now. I don't know. Usually it's so funny because we'll talk about ICT and it's like, imagine if he's here right now and he'll leave a comment like hello or something. It's like, well, you were watching the whole time? It's kind of scary in a way. Dono. We can bring Dono on. He's been on multiple times before. Just people that are, doing well in the prop space. Definitely want to bring them on and talk about their experience. The biggest person I have right now is Lanto, actually, because Lanto's been just milking it in a way that I'm not doing. I'm kind of doing basis and just doing bare minimum to get payouts. He's just growing them up to secure a big bag on them. Futures farmer guy, I could bring him on. He's been good. He's very transparent, which I do like. About his losses, especially too. But yeah, those who are new here, we stream PM every single day. We're gonna slowly incorporate London stream. I think London stream is gonna continue next week. London stream is gonna be around like I think 2:30 to 4, about an hour and a half up to 2 hours Eastern time. So 1 to 3, I'll just type it out. 1 to 3 p.m. and then about 2:30 to 4 a.m. Eastern time, London. Those are the two stream sessions that we're going to be working on to build. You guys don't need to join the premium or anything. I think a lot of you guys are from Johnny. Just stick to the free stream that we have. Those are my focus right now. But yeah, we've been on a streak lately on PM. This is the trade that we took today, about 20-point play, and I don't know if we have Yeah, one of these are the other trade we took here. Oh, this is the trade that we took yesterday. Dude, the same model just shows up every single time, and what's been showing up is like similar time too. This happened closer to that 2 p.m. macro. Would you long confirmation back above the BPR? This is so bullish bias. That's why like I could see like a bearish setup forming, maybe this BPR short to this 50-minute gap, but it's so bullish bias right now because we just broke out what I would say like is a 4-hour starting to break out a 4-hour consolidation here, as well as the 5-minute, which is back and forth, back and forth. So we finally broke out. So I don't feel too confident in shorts right now. I rather look for longs, but at a good risk reward. So yeah, we just flipped this here. It's interesting. If I were to long this, let's say we long this retrace. I mean, try to put our stop at that previous swing low, go for it, push the highs. It doesn't even look like we want to retrace to it. But it'd be like retrace back into this previous BPR here. I'm glad that we can understand why we don't want to take shorts right now. Can you show what a BPR is? So, all right. I think a lot of people don't know what a BPR is. This is a fair value gap, right? This is also a fair value gap. One is a bullish fair value gap because if it dips down, this is a bullish fair value gap. This is a bearish one. What happens is this candle closes through this bullish fair value gap, invalidating it. This becomes an inversion, and now we're left with a bearish inversion, a bearish fair value gap here, and the overlapping between those two gaps is what I use as the BPR. So usually it could be more tight. I think there's a better example here. This is a better example here because this is that inversion. This is that fair value gap. The fair value gap is inside of the bigger inversion, and that'll be the BPR that I would use. And it's a very powerful BPR because we look at the 5-minute. This is what I shorted here, and my target was just simply this BPR, just an area where I think it's gonna bounce. It was not a previous low or anything because it's a counter trend short, which worked out very well. But you know, bearish fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. With this bullish displacement here, it invalidated that bearish fair value gap. It created that inversion, the bullish inversion, as well as the bullish fair value gap. It overlaps it, and that's where I marked out the BPR here. So you have two validation. We invalidated the bearish speed array and made it into a bullish speed array, as well as this displacement is a bullish speed array itself. So two validation point there. I think that's kind of the best way I can explain it. And that's why I really did like for a move higher here. BPR inversion, fair value gap, inversion, same thing. It's not the same thing. It requires two invalidations, or one invalidation and then one support for it to be a BPR. The BPR to the left of that one didn't hold. If you're talking about this one here, the reason why this didn't hold, it did react to it, but it didn't hold because we're still bullish here. We finally broke out the seeking short condition, and we're breaking out of it. That's why I was very hesitant to look for shorts and try to look for longs instead. So, you know, just because we have a BPR doesn't mean you play it every time. You also want to look at time frame alignment. And yeah, BPR could occur in the 1-minute, 5-minute, the 15-minute, whatever it is. But let's see what we can do here. We're just pushing these highs. I'm looking for another trade if there's anything possible. We just did a slight retracement here into this 5-minute and then push higher, which I expected that to happen. I broke down to 1-minute and was hoping that we can get this entry here once we close above. And basically this would be that quick retap, long dash, stop at the previous low, target the highs, as well as continuing to press that. So if we do target this high, you could take the TP, or you could let that trail and keep it going. Let's say the next target, which I'll try to mark out here. This is the main external liquidity that we'll be looking at, as well as this equal high, which I don't think we're gonna go for 320 yet. Maybe in power hour actually. So yeah, this could have been an entry in itself here. Let's see if it does come back up. Stop at the previous low, about 13 points. First TP would be this if you want TP, but if not, you just let it trail and see how far it can go. Maybe even all the way to the next high. Let me delete this annotation. I didn't realize it was just so messy. Yeah, but 1-for-1 today, guys. We're 1-to-1 today. We were 1-to-1 yesterday. If you guys remember, this is so funny because if you were here yesterday, I don't know how many people were here till the end of the session. We literally took this trade, right? And you know how I end the stream around 3, which is here. I stayed around just to see this play out until I ended it around like 3:30. 5 minutes later, unicorn, you know, we have the breaker, we have this sweep here, displacement, creating the breaker. We have the BPR retrace too, which worked out phenomenally. And then we have the breaker 5 minute. We have these internal targets up ahead. Stop below the breaker here. It took so long, and then once I end the stream, I close out the position, kind of like above for a slight profit. 5 minutes later, boom. How many people were here? That was crazy. It literally happened like the last 10 minutes of the closing. Mind you, I usually end the stream at 3 p.m. I stayed another 30 minutes to let it play out. If I stayed another 10 minutes, we would end the trade still. But yeah, we took a clean inversion before that. That would have been 2-to-2, 2 for 2. But instead, we didn't see that play through, so we're going to count that as a win. It was a slight profit. So 1-to-1 yesterday, 1-to-1 today. Last week we were doing well. I don't know, like we're on a streak right now. I can't count it because I haven't been keeping track, but I'm just gonna let that run. It is called reclaimed fair value. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I didn't believe in the trade. It's like I don't want to sit through the trade until the market closed, and I was in the trade for like 40 minutes. So that's why a lot of people are like, yeah, this BC trade ICT. That's why it's like, if that's the case, I really believe the trade. So the trade never invalidated. But yeah, if you guys are new here, we stream daily for the AM session, and every time near the end of the session, we'll also host a stream or a giveaway too. Yeah, I'm gonna use this as the breaker here. I usually do a wick high, but it's a big wick. There's a breaker here. We did take this external high, which is a bit concerning. If this external high wasn't taken, that would be my draw liquidity, and this reaction to this breaker. We have like this unicorn here. This would have been like my long entry here. I'm not too sure if I want to play this long since we just reacted from this. If anything, this is what I like to do. Something like Johnny also talked about. Let it come down, and then we'll go on the 30-second chart somewhere, maybe the 15-second. The moment we get a 1 minute low timer confirmation, we'll play this. It looks like it already reacted off this unicorn. If it does come back down, this would be the game plan though. Do you know personally Trader Kane? I met Trader Kane. I met Trader Kane with Tanya, with T-Trades, which does hide his face off the internet. With Alex from the lab. I don't know who else. There's a few traders like 2 Degrees. Those guys, the developers, those are very cool people. Damn. Did anyone take this breaker unicorn trade here? It might just propel from here. So yeah, for a checklist for me, like we need a clear draw liquidity. This is still bullish bias, but if this draw liquidity was intact, that makes it kind of like an A+ setup, or maybe A setup. But yeah, ES is starting to also build some lower liquidity here, and we already took the high. We have SMT, so now I'm like a little concerned in a way where if we don't get confirmation, this is gonna flop back down. Just see. We're up like 8,000 so far. We are cooking. You also have this unmitigated 50-minute fair value up below, which I don't want to see hit yet. I just want to see it continue pushing higher. Do what I gotta do. I'm still open to see this 1 minute play out though. It's a big breaker. Put like a 12-point breaker right now. I'm gonna try to let deep drive in. Maybe even let ES get below this area and then see what happens from there. I wouldn't mind that either. For someone who knows ITC, where do you recommend they start to learn how you trade? If you know ITC already, I don't think it's too crazy to follow along how I trade. It's going to take some time though, because I might trade not the way that you would think, but I think a good guideline would be I have the educational here, and I have these PDF files, which is like revolve around the unicorn. Like, how do I mark them, what the types are, and it's like the foundation of how I trade unicorns or breakers. It doesn't have to be a unicorn, but this will be the start, and then, you know, real time trading with me. I try to explain every setup possible, especially before it happened, during it happened, and after. So you know why we took the trade like miles ahead, whether it's a win or loss. And if you want to rewind, also, if you're new here, before Johnny came in, we took this trade like I think maybe 5 minutes before Johnny popped in. For the reason that is he can show we drive it to the 5-minute BPR, which it hit down here, and then ideally flip long. Flip long would have been great. That's what me and Johnny discussed. So something with confirmation here, if it just, you know, displace downwards without trying to flip, that's a no-go, because we already took the high here and we have SMT. But if it doesn't, I could consider trying one more jab at it. It's gonna be a dangerous jab though. This is where Johnny was talking about the 15-second. Should I look at the 15-second here? I have somewhat of a good memory and a bad memory of 15-second because it's always so trippy. Lots of false confirmation. But I guess if you're kind of trading the 50-second as only confirmation, not for entries, I think that's what my misconception of it was years ago when I tried to trade low time frame for entry models. But let's say you already have a 5-minute setup. Let's say this is like a 5-minute fair value up that you want along. You just drop down for confirmation. That's perfectly valid. That's what I've been doing somewhat with the 30-second, but 15-second is definitely lower. But yeah, chat. Who should I bring on? Is there any streamers you guys want to see collab? I would have to bring on them for the PM session though. Most streamers do stream AM. Bring Lumi. Lumi would probably be down. Lots of people like Lumi, I guess. I haven't seen her trade that much other than on her socials. Bring Danny trades. Trades by Matt. I don't think I'm that close with trades by Matt. I don't really talk to him. But everyone else you guys are mentioning, I have discussion with prior. Tanya, I would like to bring her on, but I think she's kind of doing her own thing. She always just shows up in the chat though. She's cool. Look at that. This is what I kind of like too. There's always these arrows, right? Like it doesn't have to be accurate, but like you expect like a deeper drive in. Basically back to this BPR again. So it's like a BPR breaker type of model. Whether you took it to the high or the low, like as long as your stop loss would either be this low or just this breaker low, or even a closure under this breaker. I'm just a little bit more hesitant to take any trades because we're so close to power hour, and that's kind of usually when I start hanging up the charts basically. But I try to still commentate over it. Nutty Bar. I don't talk to Nutty Bar that much, but he's cool. I think Lumi's probably the best pick right now that I can talk to. Did anyone take this breaker here? It's interesting. Same thing that happened yesterday too. We're gonna push for these highs now. Also, yeah, like I said too, if this high wasn't taken, this would have been an A+ setup. Didn't take because SMT yet. I think that's the two main reason. SMT as well as this high is already taken. The 15-second, did I see in the 15-second here? I don't know if I... Would it be like a change state delivery right here on this retest? Would that be kind of the confirmation? I don't really drop down to the 15. It's always so tight with the candles. 30 doesn't really show much other than a complete V reversal. Looks like a handful of you guys took the long. How many of you guys watch Scott for fact check trading? What is it? His court case. He was talking about. I was watching bits of it. He was just talking about his cars and whatnot. Where he sold them. He basically bought all these cars, these used cars, like luxury, but like very old, like 2010 cars, for like 30,000. And then once he filed for bankruptcy, he just sold them back to like either people he know, which that's speculation, but people he know probably for a lower price, or just back to Carvana for a loss. He buys them for 30,000, sell them for 20, sell them for 15. It's like so stupid. Everything Scott's doing is just so odd. It was televised. It was on Zoom. Let's see here. Yeah, Nutty I could bring on. Lanto I already bring on like every week, basically once a week. That's what we have planned always on Fridays. T-Trays. Maybe I'll get T-Trays on. Sometimes he's down. Hydra. I don't really talk to Hydra too much. Dodgy I could try to get, but he might not. Yeah, if you're new here, put them notifications. If you guys don't know, like, there's gonna be some people like... There's gonna be some people like asking, do you stream every day? You just go to the YouTube, you look at the past streams, and you'll see hundreds and hundreds of streams. Like, seriously, like, look at this. Did we stream yesterday? Yes. Did we stream day 4? Yes. 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 And then this is Desi stream where we're gonna incorporate next week London streams too. We stream every day for the last 6-8 months so far. And then, you know, we have some like guests with the clans or election day. But yeah, feel free to watch the previous stream for some of the trades. I also post some of the trades on Twitter sometimes. If you guys want to learn, kind of like a fast track learning. I could bring Ash on. Ash is also good. I speak to Ash often. Ash is, that's the most like, yeah, he does have a mature voice. Kind of like a radio mature voice too. So yeah, how did everyone do today? I'm gonna do a poll check here. P&L check. Green, red, and then white for break even. We'll do a giveaway probably the next few minutes here too. The giveaway is basically, for those who are new, you basically just like the stream, and then you comment your username when we start it, and we're just gonna use a bot to pick one, and then if you win, we're gonna we could do 2 today maybe. If you win, you have the option to choose from any of the prop firms that we partner with. It could be Take Profit Trader, Mindful Futures, Tradeify. I think those 3. I don't know if we have any other accounts right now. Those 3 50K accounts is like, they're kind of all worth like $100 or $55 cash that we could give from our smart prop firm. And yeah, before a lot of people ask, why do I trade PM? It's because I try to trade consistently, right? AM sometimes have very strong volatility, but it's also a double-edged sword. Why? Because for PM's sake, this trade we took here, 9-point stop, 10-point stop, that's doable. If I try to do that for AM, I can get stopped in the next candle, the same candle. For PM, it's very slow, so you have more time to think and process and kind of like frame the setup. I think that's the best way to learn too. So when we took this trade here, I was able to walk through why we're gonna take the trade, where we're gonna take the trade, where the stop would be, where the entry would be, and where the TP, like before, like 10 minutes before it even happened. Just because it's so slow, and we just let it play out. And I'm just like kind of a basic trader. I trade like 40. I have like 40 basically fund accounts through like 5 different firms, and we do like a few $100 on them. That's like times 40 accounts, and that's how I'm able to do like 100K per month in prop payouts. And it's not crazy. You just have that plan set. And soon we'll have Asia session and London session too. We're gonna try to slowly incorporate that. Bring Dave teaches. I think he isn't a real trader. I mean, Dave would probably be down. The way that he also streams is so funny though. He does a lot of markings, and he just does a lot of drawings. It fills up his charts. You're gonna burn out doing all 3 sessions. It's gonna be me and Desi though, someone else. So I'm gonna do 2 sessions. He's gonna do other 2, and we cover all grounds. And while I do that, I'm gonna also bring in other guests on. But yeah, let's do the giveaway, and then we can, if you guys want to ask questions, we could do that afterwards. Where the heck is it? Just comment your username 1 time. So like stream and then comment your YouTube username 1 time. We're gonna do a random pick. We could do 2 today. I'm fine with that. Let's do 1 account and then 1 just $55 cash. So this is what I send to the winners. This is what we have in stock right now. You can pick from a 50K account from Take Profit Trader, a 50K growth TradeFi, 50K starter, or just $55 cash. That's from Smart Prop Firm, which we have for our giveaway service, which you can just, you know, withdraw right away to your bank. And those are new also. We have what we something called Smart Prop Firm. It basically lists the firms that we are partnered with, and we give cash rebates on them. And I'll pull up the graphic here. Basically, you make an account, you use our code or referral link, which is smart, and then you submit the order number or the details, and you get 5% back. So if you like Tradeify or any of the firms we listed, Tradeify, Take Profit Trader, MyFund Futures, or Take Trader, those are the 4 that we have partnered with. You spend $100, you get $5 back. If you spend, let's say you buy a TradeFi account that's straight funded, $500, which is expensive, you get about like $20 back, $25 back. Some of you guys are commenting multiple times. I see you. It's a shame because it's just gonna be removed. But yeah, good stream today. 1-1 again. I mean, I hope no one came on the stream red and expected me to bring them back. You're getting saved every single time if that's the case. Some people like to do that, but it's not gonna fly every single time. Because there's gonna be a day where I'm not gonna be green. I'm gonna be red, and then I'm gonna make you more red, basically. And you definitely don't want that. Okay, so we're gonna pick the winners right now. The first winner is gonna be picking the account or cash, and the second winner is gonna be just cash, just so I can have enough accounts for everyone. We're just gonna do 2 today, just because we have a lot of people on. First winner is Radal Sloghausen, and his @ is Servius. What an interesting name. This is his username. And then we'll also roll for another one for cash. All right, second guy is Guy Trades. This will be for the cash account, or just for cash. Unless the first guy does picks cash, and you can pick the account. These two, if this is one of you, just DM me on Discord. Discord links in the bio description. Just DM me, and just take a screenshot of your YouTube handle, and then we'll get you guys right. Anyways, I'll stick around for another 10 minutes. If you guys want to ask me questions, feel free to. Look at this 5-minute here. This we already took the Asia high, as well as what do you call it? The external liquidity. I have a gut feeling that we're gonna start flipping down now. We just took another high, essentially. On Take Profit Trader, do you have a daily max profit limit? Not really. Like, so take profit, like for prop firms where I have uncapped payouts, I don't need to like stop myself. Like, it's more self-discipline. So like, you know, if you're up already, you're gonna either get hit TP or you're gonna get stopped, either green stop or break even. After that, you don't have to trade another one if you don't want to. It's kind of what I operate on. Like, somewhat of a 3 drive pattern too. First high, second high, third high, even a slight SMT again. So I'm anticipating a lower move here. When can we withdraw on Take Profit Trader any buffer? You have to withdraw above the buffer. So if it's 50K account, I think you get like 2K, 2.5, whatever the drawdown is. You need to make that much, and then you can withdraw to excess anytime you want. For those who are looking at my indicators, I have them posted on the general chat. If you guys are new about it, I have them posted as well as my charts too. And in the lo-fi that we use, and a brief description of how I trade, and then it'll be all the indicators I use. So the stat map is one of them, the macro tracker, AGFX, which is at the top here, the high time frame candle, the checklists, and also the kill zones, which I will show on the 5, and this is the kill zone I have, as well as the settings for it. How old are you? I am 23 right now. I've been trading for probably close to 5 now, and I've been profitable every year. It just kind of slow profits. So first year, you know, I was up like 20K, I think, and then second year I was up like 60, 70. This is like numbers on top of my head. I don't know if it's fully accurate, but that's kind of what I'm remembering. I can remember the last 2 years better than my early year. But last year, 2024, big year, 800K in payouts and other income source too. So this is my biggest year. I'm trying to do much more than that for 2025, of course. I like shorts right now. I think we're gonna do a big sell here. How do you trade on all these prop firms if you're 14? I'm 14 on Twitter. I'm 23 on my taxes and any forms I need to do. Let me see here. Question: can ICT and Patrick and Danny all together be featured on your live stream? I don't think they would be interested. Approximately what percentage of risk to investment did you achieve in your first years? So first few years, it's kind of difficult to kind of measure, quantify, because there was no prop firm. So like a initial investment, like maybe like it was like 20K. I was trading penny stocks, so I did 2x the first year, and then like I lost the second year. I lost most of it, like basically all my gains back to starting point. And I started trading like more like stocks and options to grow it back. So I have like a basically error. So I start with penny stocks, and then you go to stocks, like regular shares, and then you go to options, and then this is where it gets interesting. The last 3 years has been futures, and then midway to futures also do prop firms. And now I'm trading prop firms and also futures at the same time, as well as like a long-term port, an option port where I sell options. If you guys, so that's the thing too. You guys know me as a future trader, as a prop trader, but I'm also starting to push out more of a option trading journey. I only sell options, so you can look through my Twitter. This started at 250K, is at 310 in the last 2 months so far. It's selling cash secure puts, and like it's funny because I link these posts, so just you keep on going through it and just seeing it progress over time. That's the way. Any tips on following your plan and not trading when you're not supposed to? You just want to follow your game plan. Like right now, I'm done trading. I don't want to trade power. That's part of my game plan. I stream 1 and 3, which means anything after that is kind of outside of my zone, essentially. Same thing with AM. Around 9:50, which is kind of the start of the macro, all the way to like 11:50, shortly after, before noon. I don't trade noon at all. It just prevents me for 2 things. Open market volatility messes up my win rate. Because those things are like a double-edged sword. I don't like betting on a double-edged sword. I like relying on the setup itself. But ICT's here. Yeah, so I'm just sticking around for a little bit, like 5 more minutes, just to answer questions. A lot of people are new here. I think this is the record high for the stream. I hit like 800 people before we stopped trading here. Welcome. But this is our probably 6th win streak so far for PM. People hate PM. but I think PM is kind of like the untapped potential. People love AM because it moves so fast, but PM is just underrated. Sometimes it's going to be like rancid price action, but times like this is a pretty phenomenal price action. Oh, I think I've muted myself. Yeah, I don't know if I muted myself when I was answering that question. Yeah, if I didn't mute myself or did mute myself, PM is the better session, I would say, because it's slower. AE's just too slow, AM's too fast, PM's just kind of like the right speed you want to learn to. And if you think this is like a beginner's trading session because it's slow but it's consistent, it's also going to be very good for experienced traders, because that way you can like frame the setup, you can manage it, you can wait for the setup to come to you, and there you don't really see big volatility with PM, which is a positive for me, maybe a negative for others. People thrive in volatility. I don't really thrive too much on nonsensical volatility. I thrive this price action. When it's slow, it makes sense. We have retracements, we hit targets, and we get easy rejections. These are like my bread and butter here. And if we do this, let's say if PM is back, because if you guys are here from like September, October, November, we were on like a 25 win streak back to back basically on PM session, just like giving just 1-to-1 trades. It just depends. Part of it is just adapting to price action deliveries. So, you know, the easiest thing I could describe is we have high, we have a low, we took the low, we took the high. This is seek and destroy both ways. You look at ES, S&T both ways. Seek and destroy, why? We have 2 p.m. FC minutes. And then what happened afterwards, we started getting some price delivery. We basically retraced back to the 5-minute BPR and ran up exactly how I can anticipate it and project it. That makes it a very easy session to trade. This is like probably one of the better sessions PM this month. Minus the lackluster move for FC minutes. This was so slow. I mean, we got like a 10-point range. You muted? Am I muted? Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let's answer a few questions. Do you use market buys or limits? It's 80% limits. I only do markets for inversion trades for the most part. And sometimes, depending on the inversion, I'll do limits on it too. Let's say, for instance, what's a good one? What's a good one? Let's say this is the inversion I want, right? If we close like right here and I don't anticipate a delivery backup, I want to see this breakaway, I'll mark it in. But if I do want to see it do a quick retrace, I'll put my limit right at the inversion low. Stop in the validation. Pretty simple there. Beautiful delivery again. 3 drive, another SMT move here. Just back to back, pretty solid delivery. What's the max amount of money you can make from prop a year in your opinion? It depends on Apex as well as other firms, because you can run it up pretty hard. If we're talking only like bare minimum, you can do like probably 150k, 200k per month if you hit all the prop firms, hit all the payouts, and just do it consistently. But like for people who are like, let's say running Apex, right? They have 20 accounts and they're just running the account, let's say over the course of 3 months, the accounts are like 20k profits each. You just have literally 400k profits now. And after 5 withdrawals, you can take the whole thing. That's pretty insane. I don't know where Lanto's at with his accounts, but last time we talked about it, he was like 30K, 40K on each account. I want to get to that level, but it's like, it's just kind of hard. Like, and I just want to do bare minimum. That's what that works with me. That gets money in my pocket. Because I want to guarantee that payout. So like once I'm like, let's say 10K payout, I just do like a few $100 per day, let the accumulate, just keep on extracting the payouts. Do you think prop firms will go away one day? I don't think so. There's going to be regulation. There's going to be tighter rules. They might, here's what I'm fearful of. They're going to ban profitable traders because, you know, if you're profitable prop firms, you're kind of breaking their margins, their profitability margins. So what's the best way to do that? You just ban all the profitable traders. And like, I'll be the first on the list because I'm live with like a handful of firms. I've been live with 4 different firms right now. And if Apex pushed me live, which they don't really push people live. If they did, I'll be the 5th firm. And I'll make like 80% of future firms I'll be restricted from. And that way I would have to go back to the live account. But yeah, you guys don't have to worry about it for the most part. I feel like just focus on scaling up, getting more payouts, getting more prop firms. The big 5 that I recommend, we have the website here. I don't have Top Step, but these are the 5 firms I mentioned: TradeFi, Take Profit. These are my top 2 right now, along with Top Step. Top Step doesn't do a deal, so that's why it's not listed. My Fun Features, Tick Trader, Apex, those are probably even right now. Tick's probably last for me, just because they're delays lately. But these 5, as well as Top Step, that's 6 accounts right there, 6 prop firms. Those are big. And if you want to learn more about our cash rebates, what you do is just go to my account after you use our code SMART. What we do is we give a third back to whatever you order from your commission. So Tick Trader, Take Profit, TradeFi, Modify Features. Let's say you bought a TradeFi account, just enter your order number, purchase date, and what account size, submit it. You submit up to 10 of them, and then we'll give you that rebate right away. But there's another dark horse that it could have potential, but it's just something I want to speak more about. Fun Features Family. I took 33K payout from them yesterday. There's a 50K cap on them, and I still have like literally another 50K, 6K profits on the accounts. I can't withdraw that because I'm like 5K short from hitting that max 50K limit. And I don't really know why that's the case. That's just like protective system for them, I guess. So after that, I'm gonna be waiting for live. Once you hit 50K, you hit live. This firm is decent, but the offering is way too good. And I feel like what I talked about early stream is their rules might be more predatory. What happened to a few traders I've seen is if you break one of the rules, you won't find out until you request payout. So let's say you do like 5K a day for 10 days, you hit 50K profits, you withdraw it, and then you find out later that you might have broken one of the rules day one, accounts get terminated, which it's odd that they just kind of alert you that you broke a rule early, so you don't have to, you can reset it or just start a new count. So that's why it's a little bit interesting there. And it's just so funny also, I want to bring up something too. You go to Payout Junction, right? Yesterday, they did 200K in payouts, or like 197 or 217 now, a little bit higher now. 217. My 30K is basically 1/8 of their payout system, or more than 1/8. I mean, like 1/7, 1/6 of their payouts. That's so weird because how does one person pay out that much? It was 190 yesterday, so I think they processed more payout. It was like 190 or something. So minus 33K out is like clearly 1/6 at that one point. And then there's another trader that also got 30K payout. So just us two accounted for like, what was that, 2/3 of their, or one third of their payouts? That's insane. That's the entire prop firm business model. Well, unless they're not thinking about long term, or they're just denying payouts. It just I'm kind of stepping a little bit back. Even though I got paid, I just don't want anyone to get screwed over. I want to see it unfold more. But I got paid. Some people I know in the Discord, in my Discord, my community got paid too. So far so good. My best recommendation, if you want to try them, you could use our code SMART. We also, they give us a code. Just buy one account and just try to run it up, and then don't invest too much money into it. What are your thoughts? Top Step? Top Step's like number one for me. It's like top 3, but it's like interchangeable. So I could put Take Profit number 1. I could put Top Step number 1. I could put Tradeify number 1 now. They're just all top. Prop banning profitable traders. That's interesting. Maria said props banning profitable traders will get them in trouble with regulators in the future, in my opinion. I didn't think about that. Maybe because think like this. If prop firm is analogy to a casino. I mean, I think casinos allowed to do this, but someone's doing very good, like blackjacks or poker. They're doing very well. They've been like making a lot of money using their rules. They have the right to ban them or kick them out. I wonder if prop firms can they do that legally too? If regulators do step in and because at that point they only are working with traders that are bad. But what about traders who are good? Are they able to just deny service for them? I don't know. It's just interesting. Casino can kick you out, but they have to pay you out before they kick you out. Yeah, I mean that's the same thing as a prop firm. Then they do that same thing too. I would hate that though. I would hate for prop firms having the ability just to ban only if you hit like a certain level profitability, they just kick you out, and they only keep the bad traders in. It sounds like predatory in a way too. But that'll make their, I guess, business model very healthy. Yeah, if you're asking my risk management, I like to risk about 10% of my drawdown on the fund accounts. So you have like 3K drawdown, I'll risk $300. And if I have more drawdown, I'll risk more to scale it up. And my stop is typically like 10 points on PM session. So 10 points, one contract is 300 or 200. Two contracts is 400, give or take. And I usually run the 150K account, so I usually have like 4,500 drawdown. So I try to risk like $500 per trade, four to 500. It's like 2 or 3 contracts essentially. I think that's gonna wrap it up here. But for those who are new, definitely subscribe and put the notification on if you want to see the next stream, because we stream every single day. And starting next week, I think we're gonna also do London stream with Desi. So it's gonna be all on this channel. And if you tune in, like it's all free right now. We alert all our trades for the most part. We try to teach. If I do good, of course you guys are gonna do good too. And the last like handful of months, I've been doing really good. And yeah, join the Discord if you haven't already too. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.